everyone! In our previous lesson, we created a greeting card with a visual effect where objects looked as if they were inside a letter. In today's lesson, we'll take a different approach and make a letter look as though it's cut out of paper. You can save this card to your files or photo gallery. I'll demonstrate how to do that now. Once you saved it, you can print it out. Let's start by creating a new square canvas. I'll double-check the DPI. It should be at least 300 or higher to ensure high-quality printing for your card. I'll fill the canvas with a solid color and then add the letter that we'll be working with. Select a font that suits your design, and then enlarge the letter. Next, I'll add a festive photo. I've attached the same image for you to use. I'll scale up the photo to fit the composition. Just a quick reminder, anything extending beyond the canvas will be automatically cropped. On the photo layer, I'll enable clipping mask. Then, I'll duplicate the layer and remove the clipping mask from the duplicate, reducing the opacity of the duplicate. I'll select both photo layers and move them together until I find the best position for the pine cones to appear beyond the edges of the letter. On the semi-transparent layer, I'll begin cutting out the elements. I'll use the selection tool in freehand mode and trace the shapes I want to extract. Don't forget to close the selection path. Swipe down with 3 fingers and tap Cut and Paste. The cut-out elements will be placed on a new layer. Next, I'll select the eraser tool and go to the organic brush set, choosing the sable brush. I'll use this brush to clean up the edges. If I'm not satisfied with this brush, I might switch to the reed brush, which can give the cut edges a more rugged, natural look. I'll decrease the brightness of the background to make the letter and the pine cones stand out. On a new layer, I'll use a paper texture brush to fill the area behind the letter without lifting the stylus. I've provided you with a brush set that includes paper textures. Alternatively, you can find paper textures online and import them. Now you can see how the background mimics rough paper. Next, I'll duplicate the layer with the cut-out pine cones. On the duplicate layer, I'll remove all saturation and brightness, turning it completely black. Then, using the warp option in the transformation tool, I'll slightly shift the layer downward to create a shadow effect and apply a subtle Gaussian blur. I'll set this layer to multiply blending mode and reduce its opacity. This creates a realistic effect where the pine cones seem to pop forward from the paper, with a natural shadow falling behind them. I also want to add a shadow to the letter itself. I'll group all the related layers, which makes it easier to move everything together as one unit. Next, I'll add some text. Using the eyedropper tool, I'll pick a color from the composition and write my name. You can write your own name or any word you like. After all, we deserve a little self-appreciation. This year has been challenging, but we've done very well. Why not congratulate ourselves with a card? I'll show you how to adjust spacing between the letters. Tap on the text, highlight it, and use the kerning slider to increase the spacing. For greeting cards, slightly larger spacing works well to create an elegant effect. I'd like to add a bit of snowflake decor to enhance the festive mood. The attached brush set includes some beautiful snowflake brushes. I'll use them to sprinkle some snowflakes around the composition. Here is how my card turned out. I hope yours looks amazing too.